Look at this. It's so dry and burned. Look at this. It's unburned.
Yeah, no, it's just hot day. Mummy, just maybe plant them again. It'll come good. Yeah! I like it like that. I like it a lot. Oops. Warning, this video contains graphic images of deadly spiders, nerf guns, and Mummy's burnt garden. Oh no, this isn't looking good. I can see massive storms about to hit my place. That looks really bad. When there's bits of black, that means there's going to be hail and all sorts of things. I better make sure the children are getting ready for the storm. Let's see what they're doing. Are you guys getting ready for the storm? What is that? There's a big storm coming. Don't mess around with those cups. Get ready for the storm. Obviously, they don't give a damn about the storm. They just want to shoot out this great big pile of cups. That oh, good one. Whoa, that's a shot. Yeah. Oh, excellent shooting, my dear. Excellent shooting. And you did well as well. You can see the children are getting ready for the storm. Helps if you open the door. That's the problem with glass doors, you can't see them. I better go and check out the spiders are. They might be freaking out there's a storm coming. Oh, a lot of people ask, Leo, when are you going to get back into looking at trains? The person who owned the local hobby shop in my part of town recently sold his business. Before he sold, I bought a lot of Hornby stuff from his shop. Track packs and stuff. I got some Thomas stuff. That was from Hobbyco in town. I did get the newer version of Thomas. A lot of people asked me about that. Plus I got a whole bunch of other Thomas and Friends things in there. And some other funky things that I like. And this is also from my local hobby shop. The last of the Bachmann stock that I could find. It is so difficult to find that stuff now where I live. Virtually impossible. I don't know what's going on there. I think... the old salty's there. The old shanty sea dog. I don't know why it's so difficult to find the good stuff. And maybe you guys know. And this is the table here that I'll be setting this train set up on. This is the underneath. I've got to flip it over and paint it. But basically, I'm going to make a nice layout right here. I had some visitors over here on the weekend. It was a great big Nerf gun battle, and this is the leftovers of that. I'll have to tidy this up and get them off the grass because I think that storm is actually looking very nasty, and that's it over there as I'm looking from my place. You can hear it rumbling in the background there. That's looking northwest. There's one of my fly traps. I have been lucky. I've been able to set it up on a nice warm day with the attractant that you buy with these traps. Just make sure if you're in Australia you get the Australian attractant. If you get the overseas attractant, it won't attract the Australian flies. I hope that makes some sense. And as I've shown in other videos, once you've caught the flies, you can decant the dead flies to attract more flies. I do time-lapse capture of the spiders. I do let them have a night time. I don't have the light on them 24/7. That would be cruel, wouldn't it? We'd hate to be cruel to spiders. But it happens down on my review bench. Sort of spooky because I'm expecting the egg sacs to hatch any day. There are my beautiful Dysons. Most of those I've picked up off the side of the road. Nice, aren't they? Very hard to find on the side of the road. I've grabbed a torch here and we're going to go into the spookier parts of my garage here. When I say spooky, I mean spooky. Put a light on here. Oh, hello Fluffy. It's been a very hot day today, so Fluffy's come down for a bit of a rest in the garage. She's such a beautiful natured cat, that one there. Just a stray that has ended up living at our place. And this is like the behind the scenes of the behind the scenes. This is how I set up my time-lapse capture of the spider tank here. We're basically into the 5th week. I don't know when this video is going to be uploaded to YouTube. I'm expecting a big storm, and I'm expecting some egg sacs to hatch there. There's just far too many egg sacs. I don't think anything's hatched at the moment. Time-lapse photography is great for capturing things that happen over a grand amount of time. The problem with spiders is that, well, basically they don't do much at all. And then if I let that play out, we get to see time condensed, and we see all the activity that goes on that would normally at real time seem fairly boring. I think the amazing thing is there is just so much things that go on when you're not around. I think the spiders know when I'm around, if that makes any sense, and they tend to not play as much as when I'm not here. But the spider tank is very, very simple. It was just an El Cheapo thing for small reptiles, I dare say, with a LED lamp, which is like a really low powered one, sitting over the top. It's got the gauze wire across the top there with the Vaseline line to stop the spiders from crawling up to the top. Too hard to explain in this video, but it has actually been a totally awesome thing to set up. So I've just turned the tank around, I've set up a new frame, and I think the key to this is to set up things that look half interesting. There's the egg sacs there. I think there's a cluster of 6 now. The female redback is there. I've got the caterpillar truck in the background, a bit of a Dutch tilt, which is something like that, and hopefully we'll capture something interesting. If I do another spider tank, I will change things. I'll get a different type of vessel. What I don't like about this tank is the corners. Often the spiders do stuff in the corners, and it's hard to get a frame or a video when you've got corners, if that makes any sense. What I would probably go to next time is possibly something like that. I've got my torch here, and many people are saying, Leo, put a 360 degree camera in there. So if I set the camera where the torch is, and basically had the spider set up in there, I think you could make an awesome environment. I'll just let the cat out of the bag, and then a million people will beat me to YouTube for that one, won't they? I shouldn't have said it, hey? But one bit of gear that I've got here, which is the most important bit of gear that I've ever had, and I've often spoken about this bit of gear, is a Manfrotto arm. That's what holds my camera and gives me the control. That knob there tightens the arm and locks it, and it goes up, and there's a claw there that claws onto my bench. Just about every video I produce for YouTube uses this bit of camera gear. I've been through a few of them. They're not faultless, if that makes any sense. They do have their faults. You do wear them out, that's what I've found, but they are an amazing bit of camera gear. I am just waiting for an egg sac to hatch, and hopefully the spiderlings are going to stay inside this tank. I know a lot of people have talked about the mesh on top here is going to be the problem. The spiderlings will crawl through that mesh. I've got a feeling that the Vaseline that I put on is going to hold them back. That's my gamble on that. I might be totally wrong. If I'm totally wrong, I've got a massive spider infestation down in my garage, haven't I? And maybe the person who will sort that mess out is Fluffy. Fluffy is a totally awesome pet. I don't know how old she is. I don't think she's that old. Often I look at cats' ears to sort of gauge their age. I don't know if that's right or wrong. She'll just lay down here purring. If I go up close, maybe we'll hear her purring. I'll just be quiet for a second. There we go. I think purring means I'm very happy. Just come out of the darkness away from those spiders. Fluffy can go and play with the spiders. She was the cause of them. And let's be reminded that YouTuber BeanMeister22, who I've known on YouTube for many years now, was the stimulus behind the spider tank. It's pulled a lot of interest looking at those redback spiders, and I'm learning a lot about them because you've only up to a couple of weeks on YouTube. I've seen what happens in the coming weeks. Just about everything that lands in that spider tank gets killed. Nothing has been able to kill the redback spiders apart from the redback spiders, if that makes any sense. They are very, very vicious, brutal things. And I better close this down, leaving a little gap so Fluffy can escape, and we'll take a look at the storm. You're not going to play with the cups out here. Can you guys pick up all these Nerf guns and Nerf bullets?
Well, I'm going to put this in the middle of the thing, so I'm going to see if it gets
Can you just listen to me and do exactly as I say? Start tidying up, or else your stuff's going to get wrecked. Come on, pick up the... Stop playing with guns. Get this stuff up before you're hit by lightning. Quick. I just come down and get these chalk bombs. These have been one of the best things that I picked up and came up. They're like a $3 thing in Australia. They've sold out really fast. They're wet, these ones, so they've gone hard, but you can dry them out and they go soft. The children have so much fun with those. Well, that's really unusual. Look at that. It says made in Australia. You don't see that these days, I can guarantee to you. Well, down here was where I had all those redback spiders, if you remember. There are actually spiders sitting up here again. Yeah. Oh.
What's wrong with my plane? It's on dry and burn.
Oh,
what is it? What's going on?
We had a couple of very hot days, and that's what happens with those really hot days we've just had. You remember?
Oh my goodness! It's so dry and burn. Look at this. It's on burn.
Yeah, no, it's just hot day. Mummy, just maybe plant them again. It'll come good.
I doubt it.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure that's going to take out anything that is in that handle area there. I'm sure of it. Oops. Mummy doesn't know I used a flamethrower to control redbacks in her garden. I just said it was a very hot day. It certainly was. This pot here is one which has got a Vaseline interface. In a sense, the Vaseline is up under here. I found a major infestation around this area here. It's like the 6th area. So you've only seen a couple so far on YouTube. There's plenty more to come. Hopefully I've formulated something that stops redbacks from being able to set up their home, but that's still under test. And here's a question for you from Mummy. I'm trying to not let Mummy know about a flamethrower. Okay. When do you harvest broccoli? Mummy wants to know that. All I can see here is something has been eating the leaves. But the broccoli, we don't know when to pull it out. I mean, my biggest problem is there's probably a redback spider or something in here somewhere.
Stink.
That's what the storm was looking like on my mobile phone service. It is getting closer and closer to where I live. It's looking very scary. And it's that brooding sort of cloud like that, which I think are the troublemakers. What's the saying? One flash and you're ash. Way off in the distance there I can see, I can see lightning up close, but I can see rain falling there. There's a thing about counting kangaroos from the lightning strike to when you hear the thunder. Maybe in the USA you count Mississippis. In Australia we count kangaroos. Okay, 1 kangaroo, 2 kangaroo, 3 kangaroo, 4 kangaroo, 5 kangaroo. I can hear that thunder. Well, it can be fun watching storms and videoing lightning, but it's also pretty dangerous. It's starting to rain here now, and the storm's getting a little bit too close for my comfort. I don't like being out here. Sounding very angry, isn't it? I don't think it's going to be as big a storm as what I was hoping for. Often in this time of year, leading up to Christmas, we get summer or leading into summer storms. I know that's going to confuse the bulk of my audience because you're going into winter. One day I'll explain that. We're just in the backwards part of the world here. And sort of the Mummy found this in the garden. Her plants are fried. I just hope she doesn't realise exactly what I've done. I've got a daddy lie in there. Hopefully I've covered it up just so it was a hot day. I better leave this video here before I get struck by lightning. As always, thanks for watching and bye for now. Get out of here.